we agreed with Aino that she will start,
Yes,
and you will tell about your topic, and then I will continue about.
yes. I think it's a good like foundation to the work in Canvas. So little bit about peer tutoring.
Okay, now Sunday joined us too. Welcome, Sunday.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, I think you can now start.
Okay, so I ins when we planned this session with Eva, I insisted that I would like to have a few words about peer tutoring because 9 years ago I had the same presentation in Meero Primary School, and I was very happy to hear that they had you had in Meero Primary so much peer tutoring and you helped each other, you teachers. So I was very happy, and now it's good to know if you all are like already good mentors and peer tutors and collaborate. But I will share my presentation. I have only 10 slides, not a long one. So I'll share my PowerPoint. Okay, so little about benefits of peer tutoring and networks. And I have used the material of Essi Ryymin, who is one of my colleagues, dear colleagues in Finland. And in the picture there are two Meero primary teachers. I really miss them, Kirita and Zuya. And this is from 2016, so 9 years ago. And these things still are very relevant. So the point is that this our project is ending someday. So you really need your own strong wings, and you need each other most of all, peers and mentors. So it's very important that you plan together and stick together and so on. So that is my big wish. And then to the teachers' professional development. So typical of teachers' real professional development are these kind of features. So you learn mostly at work, and you need systematic long-term training. And I hope that Eva and I and Lisa and everybody else, you mentors to each other, you can provide this systematic long-term training. And we always try to concentrate on pedagogical practices. So every time we use digital technology, we want to know how this is pedagogically wisely used. And it's very important to have a like trust and nice atmosphere and spirit which support collaboration. So it's very important. And I think in Finland it was so that when we started with Eva, like 30 years ago, or how long was it? Teachers in Finland, they were very independent, and they were sometimes even a little bit lonely because they took all the responsibility by themselves from the class, for example, and they didn't collaborate that much. But things have really changed in Finland. So teachers know that they can't do by themselves. They have to collaborate, and it's good to collaborate. And I think you Tanzanians are probably a little bit like in advance in this. It's very natural to you to collaborate and help each other. So it's important to plan the lessons together, and you should have like structures in the school which enhance learning from other teachers. These kind of features which are typical to teachers' professional development are from Partners in Learning, Microsoft. They had some research, and not very new one from year 2008, but things develop slowly, and these are very relevant or still. Okay, then the relation between the type of training and influence to the teaching in practice. There's some table. So type of training. So we have to have some theoretical training. These types of training are all very important. So you need theoretical background, and you learn a lot, like you get new knowledge, but the skills not very much. And then how it will be implemented to teaching and learning with students. So not too much influence. So like 5 to 10%. And then we also have this practical training. We need that. So I don't want to say that these are not important, but practical training, you get the knowledge and you get the new skills like 80%, but the implementing is often not so good. So you just know and how to do, but you don't implement in teaching situations. But then if you use these like mentoring, peer tutoring, teamwork, pair work, you plan the lessons together with your colleagues. So knowledge learned 90%, skills learned 90%, and the practical implementing to teaching and learning. So you see those things in teaching and learning in the classroom and maybe in the network. So it's very much higher. And this Partners in Learning is a model of peer tutoring, and their teachers, it's a process, long process where teachers develop the pedagogic use of ICT, digital technology, in their own working environment. So you use your own school equipment and you are in the familiar neighborhood. And the peer tutor, I can say that this is very much similar to mentoring. So the peer tutor is one of the school's own teachers who has these skills and also can use pedagogically wisely ICT. You work beside mentor or peer tutor works beside the colleague according to the goals set together with the resources the project or school or city has provided. So now we used our project's goals. And it's very critical to have the headmaster actively with us. And I think we have those headmasters. They are backing you and they are supporting you. I really hope. And this is a very like cost saving method also, this mentoring or peer tutoring. And because we are in our own school, you have these different situations to learn and plan the teaching and learning. So you don't have to travel a long way to the training or something like that. So very beneficial also according to costs. And there's a little model what kind of practices peer tutoring or mentoring has. So of course we always try to find good materials, mentors, and share it to others also. And then it's very important to plan the teaching together. So you could maybe plan the lesson plans together. I hope you already do that. I don't know. At least some of you do. And also, if you have good ideas, you could share those in maybe in Canvas, maybe some in other ways. And new skills all the time, and maybe you make also some kind of instructions to your peer teachers. And this is the mentoring is one of the big things also in this picture. And I wonder if Rehema remembers these slides. I had exactly almost the mentoring. I changed the color there because it's very important to us now because we are mentors. And also those goals. We have set some goals in our project, and you set your goals at schools. So set them together and think that they are like reasonable and good goals. And there's also like steps from 1 to 8, how this kind of process can build, and always start with orientation. Then you have those goals and visions where we are going together. So it's important to discuss with your teacher colleagues, and always gather those good practices, good pedagogical practices, and plan together the lessons. And sometimes then when the classes are ready there now and you can start implementing with the students, you have started that already, and it happens in practice. The peer tutoring or mentoring, these are very, very, very close to each other. And you all the time, you and your colleagues develop yourselves professionally. And then sometimes and in our project you evaluate and get new ideas. This goes like round and round again, this project. And the most important things are to work together, to collaborate, learn at work, and sharing your expertise. You know already very, very much about digital technology and how it's wise to use in teaching. So share that information. That's very important. And some roles which have popped up to the when we asked what kind of person is a good peer tutor. So the mentor is there at the top. So it's very, very important role. You can work in pairs. It's very important to give this pedagogical support. You can have brainstorming and help share your ideas. I mentioned it many times already, and give like the teachers maybe don't know that much, or they have not so many skills. So very practical help and very like concrete examples, and do projects together at school and find together those good learning materials so you don't have to do all the materials by yourselves, and be like a guide, tutor, mentor, good listener. I am still learning to be a good listener, so it's very important. And the peer tutor or mentor is a person you trust and who is easy to be with, so like a peer person. So very important roles. And I made a discussion to mentor group in Canvas, but this is like a homework. So you don't have to think about this now, but I hope that you will answer these questions in a week. And that was all from me. Just the last slide. So wonderful picture from 9 years ago. So let's keep up the good work. Our learners are so special. So thank you, and let's continue with Eva. If you can say something or ask something, of course, while Eva starts.
Yeah, but thank you, Aino. I think the list of the previous slide, it's very important.
Yeah,
So
The
you,
list.
no, previous, yeah,
Yeah,
roles of peer tutor or ment. So I think peer tutor equals almost mentor, but it's
yeah,
kind of included in peer tutoring. But as you can see, your role in your school is very, very important. But not maybe everyone can always fulfill all those roles, but together you fulfill all those roles. And hopefully during the project you will all find your special place in this peer tutoring.
yeah. And I I say about this homework, so those questions are, do you help your peer teachers or mentor colleagues in the pedagogical issues or technical issues? What kind of help you give? So I'm very interested to know how you work together and how what kind of help you give and also what kind of help you get from your colleagues. And then I also would like to have ideas how you could use Canvas to share your expertise because we always say with Eva that you don't have to know everything. Everybody doesn't have to know everything. You can share your knowledge to others and you can it's good to know who knows and who can something. So you can get the help and you can maybe specialize a little bit to something and other mentor specializes in other things. So okay, that's all.
Uh, of course, I suppose in each school you know more about the special skills of the other mentors more than we do. But it is also part of Lydia's work now as a new training coordinator that she will sort of gather together all the knowledge about you and your skills and knowledge so that we will have some sort of a table. Okay, Gabriel knows this and uh, Sunday knows this and she's willing to teach and train this in this subject and so on. So that would greatly help us to see the overall picture. Any questions to Aina? Okay, it looks like we lost few of the mentors.
Oh,
Just hopefully, just temporarily. I There were 12 of them, and now there is only 9. I don't know if there are
okay,
little
okay.
problems.
Maybe there's some network
Okay,
or
Gideon
yeah.
came back. Great.
Yeah.
And
Yes, the internet of Temi, it was weak.
yeah,
Okay. Happily we have the recording then. So
yeah, yeah. And Samuel is back, and Oscar is back. Great.
great.
But you will have the recording. And I will now start my part and I will share my screen. We will again use breakout rooms. That's why I easily saw that, okay, there was 4 persons in this breakout room and now it's only 4, it's 2. So that's why I realized. Okay, so today's topics is using Canvas in teaching. If you click on this, then it takes you to the module where there are more about Canvas. And as you can see, we will continue this part. And it's not only the technical part, how to use Canvas, it's also the pedagogical side of it. And then one part will be that you will make a small course in Canvas. So, as you can see. And now I will open my PowerPoint presentation. And the first thing, like Actually, I know emphasize that the pedagogical side is always the most important thing. And now we have been using Canvas quite a lot, especially when we had this intensive training. So I suppose you all have some sort of a idea what Canvas is. But let's talk about it a little bit in small group discussions. But just the introduction first. So actually, Canvas is a very powerful LMS, which means learning management system. But to use it effectively, it's not just uploading materials. It's very important to think about the structure and, for example, making good assignments, quizzes, and so on. So, okay, the easiest, the most simple way to use Canvas is just to upload PowerPoint presentations there. But that's not a pedagogical way of using Canvas. So we really want Canvas to support our teaching, students learning, and then the interaction between us teachers and the students, but also between teachers and between students, students to students, teachers to teachers. So we, as mentors, we can also utilize Canvas. And that's why, for example, we are trying to make you create jointly some courses. We just need to find the topics for those courses. And the focus is always the pedagogical perspective, not just the technical features. But of course, in order to use it pedagogically wisely, you need to know the technical features. And that's why today we are maybe a little bit more focusing on those technical issues, like how to create a page or assignment or a quiz. But always need to think about how I will use this pedagogically so that it supports my students' learning. And now I will introduce today's first tasks. It is based on 4 topics, and you will be divided into those breakout rooms. And then I always give you one question, and you'll discuss about it for 5 minutes. Then you come back from your breakout room, and I give you the next topic to discuss. And there are 4 topics to discuss. And after these 4 topics, you will summarize 2 to 3 key ideas. And we will sort of build a shared toolbox for the pedagogical use of Canvas. So from each team, you choose someone who writes down the key ideas. And we can agree that then one of you sends the ideas to Canvas. For example, I will create a discussion with a topic of pedagogical use of Canvas. Is this clear? Or any questions how we proceed? Please feel free to ask if you didn't understand me. Okay, the first topic is teacher perspective discussion. So now you know some of Canvas, not all of it, but it's based on your present knowledge about Canvas. So, which Canvas tools support lesson preparation and feedback based on your knowledge of Canvas, how we have been using it during the, for example, intensive training? And then you know what quiz is. It's some sort of a form where you can put different kinds of questions, and then students answer those questions, and they get sort of a automated feedback from their answers, whether they were right or wrong, or then they give a little bit more diverse explanation of the thing that was asked. So now this is the first question, and now I need to reassign some of you. So just wait a minute. And I will, because I did that already, but because semi teachers were having the internet problem, so they were sort of kicked out from these rooms. All right, now most rooms have 3 mentors, and one of the rooms have 4 mentors. And now I will open all the rooms, and you have 5 minutes to discuss about this first topic. And remember, within the team, agree about the one who writes down those key issues, what you were talking about. All right? Is this okay? All right. I will open all rooms now. Hello, welcome back. And actually, now we will not yet talk about this, but it was just so that you come back here and you see the next topic. So peer teachers as learners, or students' perspective. Again, discussion for 5 minutes. How can Canvas help learners manage their learning and time? And what course structure best supports learners' progress? I know these questions might feel even a little bit difficult, but I just want to get some sort of a idea how much you have knowledge about Canvas before we start all these training. So how can Canvas help learners manage their learning and time? And what course structure best supports learners' progress? So now I will again send you to the breakout rooms. Hopefully you will have a good discussion there. And again, 5 minutes. And 2 more topics. So 3, interaction and collaboration in Canvas. So you know some of the features in Canvas like discussion board. Actually, the peer review is, we haven't used peer reviews. I will tell you later what it in Canvas means, but peer review is a feature which is, for example, if we have assignments that students do, then the peer students will review those assignments and tell about their opinion about those assignments, how they are done. But there are other features in Canvas too that can strengthen collaboration. I know that some of them, these still feels that you can't do these with your students yet because there are so few computers. But you just need to see this as a vision that in future, when there will be more computers per students, so what are the features that can strengthen the collaboration? And how effective do you think the discussion boards or group workspaces where they can work together in Canvas or peer reviews, how effective they could be? And now I will again send you to the breakout rooms. Yeah, everyone is back. One more topic, and then we will wrap up the discussion. So, when does Canvas add more than just sharing materials by email? What is the benefit of using Canvas and not just share things via email or that? And how could Canvas support differentiation or special needs? Again, if you think of just sending materials, for example, in email or putting them in Canvas and doing these assignments, how do they help to support differentiation or special needs? Hopefully you understand the question. And one more time, I will send you to the breakout rooms for 5 minutes. Well, unfortunately, there were some technical problems, so Matthew couldn't join his room, but I hope the other ones could do the assignment. And hopefully Matthew did think about these questions too. So now we are coming to the wrap up. To summarize 2 to 3 key ideas while you were discussing about these topics. I also created a very simple discussion, just pedagogical use of Canvas. And then you can just by replying this, you can write down the key findings or summaries of your key ideas. Okay, good. Room 1 start. Room 1 was Flavian, Onesmo, and Paul. Who of you will wrap up?
Okay.
Onesmo, all right.
Okay, question number 1 is that which Canvas tools support lesson preparation and feedback? We find a lot of Canvas here, but as we mentioned, only 2. First is module Canvas. Yes, this is best for supporting lesson preparation and feedback because can allow a teacher to organize lessons, resource, and activities in sequence. And also, we have discussed about quiz, which can create formative or summative assessment with automatic grading. And how can this quizzes or automatic feedback support learning? Firstly, it saves times. because students can get their feedback on time, even teacher can get feedback on time from the students, and also reduce workload for a teacher because it can help him or her easy to prepare his or her lesson, resource, and activities. That is for question number 1. But for the question number 2, how can Canvas help manage workload and time? As we discussed, the module Canvas can simplify on how to prepare the lesson, teaching resource, and the activities which will be conducted within a class. And within a question number 2, we have a B, which is how can quiz or, B is what course structure best supporting learner progress. Course structure here, which best support learners' progress. Firstly is clear instruction and expectation for the assignment toward our students, and also consistent and predictable structure. For instance, you can give them a same layout weekly to the task we give them.
Okay. Anything else to add from room 1? Okay, thank you, Onesmo. How about room 2? Gabriel, Mataula, and Rehema. Who is the one who is it Gabriel? Can you hear me? Or is the microphone not working? Gabriel? How about Rehema? Or should we now go to room 3?
Yes.
Room 2 gets... Okay, Rehema. If you can just briefly
Yes.
get the key points.
In question number 1, Canvas tools that support lesson preparation. We try to discuss and we find that there is tools like a module, quizzes, and the assignment. Yeah, those can help, can be used by teacher and also involve students to do those issues through Canvas, and you can simplify the work.
For some reason, it echoes. Your voice echoes, but I can still kind of...
Yeah, I think there is problem in connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how about question number 2?
Yeah, question number 2.
Or do you want to just summarize all these?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So like 2 to 3 key ideas.
How, so number 2 nasemaje? Which canvas features? Oh.
Or do you want me to
How,
go?
yes. Here is how Canvas help learners manage learning
Mhm.
at the time. I think it is question number 2.
Yeah.
Through Canvas, we see there is different features that can help students and teachers to manage time. There is like to-do list, calendar,
Mhm.
and so on. I think we can use it to manage time through calendar. Students can prepare or can use the calendar to follow his timetable to do assignments. And the teacher also can use calendar to prepare assignment or to review the student works. Yeah, that is question number 2. There is a lot, but we discussed that 2 points. Question number 3. Yeah. Which Canvas features can strengthen collaboration? Yeah, we say Canvas has a lot of number that can help. Here we discuss 2 things. The first one is discussion. Through discussion, students can discuss some maybe assignment that they are given by their teachers, and also through collaboration, they can also do things concerning what the teacher is assigned them to do. Even teachers have the chance to discuss with the other teachers, to collaborate, maybe to prepare some lesson plan or something that they want to provide to their learners.
Yes.
Yeah, that is question number 2. Even they can make a conference, and through Canvas we can find also announcement. But question number 4 is about when does Canvas add more than sharing material or email? Here we find a structured learning path through Canvas, and also integrated assignment or feedback. We can get feedback from, learners can get feedback from their teachers, and the teacher can get feedback from learners, and also interaction or discussions. They can do different things through Canvas.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and also in this Canvas, through here we find the Canvas can improve even communication skills to both teachers and the learners.
That's true.
Yeah, and build the community and engagement, can also engage large number at once. Yeah, that I think that is all we can discuss.
Thank you, Rehema. And then the room number 4.
Can you start with question number 1 or no, any question from you? We discussed the question number 1, which you are asking us to explain which Canvas tool that support lesson preparation and feedback. We've come to find that the Canvas tools that support lesson preparation and feedback, number 1, it is modules and pages. These modules allow teachers to organize content step by step, and those content are like notes and notes for reading and slides. But also another kind of features tools is speed grader. Speed grader, this is a feature that allow a teacher to mark assignments automatically by using commands found on that Canva. But this question number 1 also asked us to tell how can quiz or automated feedback support learning. We came to find that quiz and automated feedback can support learning by providing immediate feedback. For example, students know right away what is correct or what is wrong on their assignments. But also there is issue of time saving for teachers. Automatic grading, it helps teacher to save their time when marking the assignments. In question number 2, which asked how Canvas help learners to manage their learning and time, we found that Canva help learners manage their learning and time through calendars. As we see a calendar in Canva, this calendar helps students to see deadlines and the upcoming quiz and the assignment in one place. But also there is notification and the reminders which alert keep learners on track with the due dates and teacher updates. But also there is progress tracking. This helps learners to review grade and submission status of their assignments and the quiz. This question also asked about what course structure-based support learners' progress. We found that the best course structure it is clear learning outcome, where in each module, as you know, each module begins with goals, so learners will know what they are working toward. For this question, we are over. Let me move to question number 3. Question number 3 asked that which kind of features can strengthen collaboration. We found that the kind of features that can strengthen collaboration, it is number 1 is discussion boards. This discussion board enables students to share ideas, to ask questions, and to reflect on readings. But also another feature is groups and the group workspace. This helps learners to get a private space with files, pages, and collaboration tool to work on either projects. But another feature, it is peer review. Peer review, this helps students to give a feedback on each assignment. That is over in this, but there is another question here which asked how effective are discussion boards, group workspace, or peer review. In this, we can find the effectiveness of collaboration in a discussion boards is that discussion board, it builds learning community and it encourages shy students to participate, but also discussion promotes critical thinking and reflection. This group workspace, this is very effective for project-based learning. So this group workspace, this is effective for project-based learning as a student can share resources and divide tasks. So this can support teamwork and accountability. I'm over for this question. Let us move to question number 4. Question number 4, we're asked, when does Canva add more than just sharing material by email? We came to find in our groups, we came to find that when does Canva add more than just sharing material by email? This is more than fair sharing because it organizes learning. As you know, Canva, it helps to organize learning content where the content is structured in modules and is not scattered, attached. So, but also it tracks progress. Canva, it helps to grade, it helps it helps students or learners to submit their submission and the feedback is given on time. But also it enable interaction where discussions, peer review, and the group project go beyond the static like image. But this question also asked how Canva support differentiation or special needs. In our discussion, we came to find that Canva has features that help teachers tailor learning for diverse of learners as it allows teachers to upload materials in multiple format. For example, a teacher can upload text materials or can upload audios or videos that can fit on different learning styles. But also there is issue of extended deadline where as assignment can be adjusted individually for learners who need more time. So this can support differentiation or special needs. So that is over for our discussion. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Oscar. All right. This discussion took more time than I was thinking, but I think discussion is always good. And we actually we have all the time in the world. Even if I was thinking that today we would do some technical practicing also on Canvas, we can continue next time, can't we? But
Yes.
we will do one little technical hands-on in Canvas. I just explain just a little bit. So now when you open Canvas, I would like you will now see both mentors and sandbox courses when you log into Canvas. First, go to mentors course, and here in discussions, you will see this pedagogical use of Canvas. So please send your summaries of this discussion here. So if at least one of each room could send the summaries here. So we will have some sort of a ideal box. But now here is
Can
the,
I say, Eva,
yes.
there's also the discussion I started,
Mm-hmm.
how to share your
Yes.
expertise and materials. You can see that also. And I hope you answer that too, but later, not
Yeah.
now.
Not now.
Yeah,
Great. So
thank you.
from this uh, left ribbon here, you can see dashboard, where you can see those opened published courses. You can also see courses, and it actually the same thing. I can choose my sandbox or mentors from here. Yes, you can see calendar. Many of you mentioned it's important. You can from calendar see all the upcoming dates. You have inbox. Via inbox, you can send private messages too. But now let's choose sandbox. And now the idea is that each of you who are now as teachers here, let's check once more people. There are some of you who have signed twice, and that's why you are both students and teachers. But all of you who have signed are at least teachers. So teacher can do everything that I can do here. So when you go to modules, so what you now first need to do is create a new module here, plus module, and then name it according to your name. For example, Gideon's modem or Aino's module. And then we will start gathering together different things that we practice the next time we are here. For example, I've done some little experiments here so that I can briefly show you these things, but I think I will do them next time I'm here. But to create the module now, every one of you sign in to Canvas and create your own module. I just want to check that everyone is able to do that and that you have the right roles so that you can do it. So log into Canvas, find Sandbox course from there and create a new module just by clicking on the plus module button and name it according to your first name, for example. And I should be able to see soon all. Okay, Matthew have already created his math module. Is there somebody who can't see this kind of view that has this module and this blue plus sign here? In that case, you might be in a wrong role. Like I said, there are few of you who have double roles here for some reason. Flavian is both student and a teacher. So is Gideon and Paul and Matthew, but it didn't prevent Matthew from creating the module. So I suppose this double role doesn't prevent you from create. Okay, Samuel has now also created Onesmo, Gideon. Great. And if any of you find it difficult to create that module, then just please contact me and we can have a private lesson via Zoom and do it. And next time we will mostly do hands-on practicing. We will create pages, we will create assignments, we will create quizzes, and then I will show you a really nice feature called rubrics. Rubrics is an evaluation matrix which really helps you to evaluate different assignments, saves lots of time, and helps the learners to understand why did you give them that grade? And you don't need to write a lot of things. You only do it once, and I'll show you next time. All right?
Oh, I can't wait. So I don't know the feature, but I'm waiting
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, I was really, because I didn't use it before. And actually, I'm not
I
quite
haven't used
sure
it.
if it was
Yeah.
when we had the intensive training. I think I would have found it if it was then. But now I found it, and I'm eager to teach you that. So hopefully everyone gets the module done. I will send this recording again to Canvas Mentors course. And don't hesitate to just practice in Sandbox. You can't miss anything. It's just a sandbox. Sandbox is a course which
Playground.
playground you can do out there.
Yeah.
You don't need to be afraid that you mess up everything. You don't. So you can practice even before we meet next time. But now have a nice work week, and we'll see in 2 weeks. All right.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Bye.
Asante sana.
Kwaheri.
Eri.
Bye, 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 bye.